All right, we have a question from ICD P Song Dog 408. Wow, that's a long name. And he's asking what I think of the Lego Star Wars Rancor pit set. And the answer is I'm not really sure. I need to know price point, which I'm looking that up as I speak to see if I can find some sort of price point information on this. I thought somewhere I saw for $70. That's what I thought. $60 according to Wikipedia. All right, so now I can better answer that. $60 for the Rancor pit set. And what I would say is I'm looking forward to it. Now, at looks of the set, in and of itself, it doesn't look that impressive. Now, we've all been wanting this set since the beginning of Lego stores in '99. We never got it. And now we're finally getting it, which is pretty cool. I'm really happy that Lego decided to do that because, with all some of the junk that they put out on Lego Star Wars, and then there's other things that they've never done, I just don't get it. Like, you guys know how many snow speeders we've gotten, how many Sith infiltrators, how many X-Wings, how many Y-Wings, how many Jedi Starfighters. Just the same type of sets over and over and over again, and yet we've never got a Rancor pit. We've still never gotten an Ewok village. Those are the two off the top of my head that I can remember. It's like, these are the originals. These are the ones that most people want because everybody's seen the original three. Both kids love them and adults that are now grown up and getting their kids into the older Star Wars and Lego. And yet you've totally just dropped the ball on these scenes for, 11 years, 12 years, 13 years. Well, we're finally getting the Rancor pit. Still don't know of any word on the Ewok village, but we finally got the Rancor pit. As I look at it, in and of itself, when you just look at the set, it's not that impressive. You get the Rancor, of course, which is very cool. That part of it is very cool. It's cool that we get Malakali, I think that's how you say his name, his trainer. And then Jedi Luke, that's all great. And then the pit itself, when I just saw it initially, I wasn't that impressed. But what are you going to do? It's just a pit. How great can you really make it? You have to make it. That's the bad thing about it. Because it's a pit, it should have been completely enclosed. And maybe that's where I was a little disappointed. I thought maybe the entire thing would be enclosed, but then it would be pivotable to where you could open it up. However, the reason they probably didn't do that is for the reason that at the end of the day, I really like the set. Number one, I like that it's only $60 because it looks as, I'm 90% sure that this does fit on the Lego Jabba's Palace. You guys in the US are just starting to get them. We've reviewed that. And it does fit on top. Now that set's, I think, $120. Retail price, you probably pay like $140, $150 at Toys R Us. That's pricey. And so they needed to keep the Rancor pit in a decent price range so that people can get both for under $200. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. And that'll be a nice piece. That actually may be one that I keep. I've never kept a Lego Star Wars set. Steven does more of the Star Wars sets, but that is one I will keep if I can get both of those and they do fit on top of each other nicely. I probably will get it then. But I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be tough to do it that way now that I think about it because Jabba's, his little stand that he sits on fits inside of the palace. And you're not going to be able to fit the Rancor pit with Jabba on top inside of that palace. So it's going to look really awkward. It is. So we're going to have to see how that turns out. So I'm kind of undecided at this point to answer your question. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about getting both of them, and because it's probably ones I may ask for Christmas if they're around. Yeah, probably going to do that. because Steven reviewed that one, so I don't have that one. I've never, other than seeing at the toy fair, I've never put it together or whatever. So as it stands right now, I'm kind of undecided. I want to see what they look like on top of each other around the palace. I think it's going to look awkward to have like Jabba's going to be way up here. The top of the palace is going to be equal with his head, and then the Rancor pit is going to be below it. You'd almost have to create a really unique way of displaying it, where you have like one shelf down here, pit, and then Jabba sits on top, and then there's some sort of case, another shelf right around that you can then, boom, put on top of Jabba so that the palace fits over his head. That's going to be a tough one, though. But let me know what you guys think. That was my initial thoughts. Let me know in the comments what your initial thoughts were when you saw it. I've seen both. I've seen people say it's awesome, and then I've seen more people have saying, I'm not that, I don't think it's that great, but if it fits on my Jabba's palace, then it's awesome. That's kind of been the sentiment that or the initial reaction that I've gotten from people. So what was your guys' reaction? We want to know. I will be reading the comments. I think it kind of got overshadowed when they showed the Bag and Hobbit set, and that thing was just killer. And then they did that the next day, and I was like, oh, that's okay. But the Hobbit one is way better. So I think it got overshadowed a little bit. All right, let me know what you guys think.